Yes, Jackie Chan, you better come back and let these little so-called young and action stars know how to do it. 63 years old, still doing your own stunts, killing the game. Hey everyone, it's Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Foreigner, starring Pierce Brosnan and Jackie Chan. So The Foreigner is directed by Martin Campbell, who you may know as well as the director for Casino Royale and for GoldenEye, which also starred Pierce Brosnan. And basically in this film, Jackie Chan plays Quan, who is a restaurant owner who is basically taking his daughter to pick up, I think it's like a prom or homecoming dress, and unfortunately his daughter becomes a victim of a terrorist bombing in London where they reside. And from then on, Jackie Chan's character Quan basically goes out to try to figure out who was behind this terrorist plot, who are the names of the people that were responsible for killing his daughter. And in the course of that investigation, he runs across Liam, played by Pierce Brosnan, who is a deputy minister and a former IRA member, which is the group that is now claiming responsibility for this terrorist attacks. And from then on, he basically thinks that Pierce Brosnan's character has something to do with it, and we all think that his character has something to do with it, and he begins to basically terrorize him until he gives him the names of who's responsible for this terrorist attack. And that's pretty much the premise of the entire movie without giving too much of the plot and the little subplots that are intertwined in between a way. So for what I liked about the movie, it was a pleasure seeing Jackie Chan back in a movie. I mean, he was just recently voiced a character in Lego Ninjago, but this is one of his first American films that we've seen since The Karate Kid, maybe. I could be wrong, could have been another one, but I really think it was The Karate Kid. So I really love that for his return back to the big screen in America, that he took on a different character. Like in this movie, he's kind of like depressing. I mean, he's a middle-aged man who literally has had tons of tragedy in his life, and he's just lost his daughter and basically saw the bombing and everything take place. So he definitely plays a more depressing yet serious character, and it was really refreshing to see. And also too, like going into the stunt work that he did, he still did his own stunts, but you could really tell that this is a more aged Jackie Chan. Like they really made him look old. Like at first I was like, y'all, I know Jackie Chan's like 63 years old, but that man don't look that old. Like I was really concerned for a moment. Like I had to go Google pictures afterwards. Like I know this man don't look like this. Like I really hope this was just for the movie, and it definitely worked. What I also loved too was you can tell when he was in his action scenes, like when he got hit, like he felt it. Like you could tell, like, hey, I'm not young anymore. I can't just be going around beating people's ass, like just bouncing back. Kind of like in Taken a little bit. That was like one of my reservations about Taken. I just need movies to be a little bit more realistic, and I felt like with The Foreigner, it was very realistic. Yes, he's old and he's specially trained, but I mean, you can still tell that, like, hey, he's a little bit rusty. Now, I love the performances from him and Pierce Brosnan. Who would have ever thought that some Hollywood would have found a reason for both of them to be in a film, but it actually worked giving both of their backgrounds in the film, and I really enjoyed the interaction between them when they had the scenes together. Also too, for this movie, I really enjoyed that even though it included like a lot of bombings as like the main plot of the movie, it wasn't like too much CGI or overuse of effects. Like it really felt like a real movie. Like it didn't have all of the typical gimmicks. It kind of took me back to like what a 90s like thriller revenge type of movie would be, which I think made me enjoy the film even more. But even though I have all of those pros that I liked about the film, there's just like a few cons that I have to comment on. So first and foremost, Jackie Chan's character is great in the movie, but for about 30 minutes of the movie, he kind of disappears towards the end. And it was almost to the point where, like, when he came back, I was like, damn, I forgot. Like, Jackie Chan really was in this movie, and they totally, like, just forgot about him and was like, oh, let me bring him back real quick before the movie wraps up. And I really didn't care for that. Like, I thought with the plots that were going on, like, I didn't understand the purpose of him leaving. Like, it made sense, but it didn't make sense. And also dealing with his character, like, okay, so all of a sudden, like, he's just this, middle-aged man who lost his daughter, and he owns his restaurant, and then all of a sudden, he started beating people's ass, started learning how to make bombs and stuff, and I was like, are you guys gonna explain to us, like, how he knows how to do all this stuff, or you just want us to accept it? And for part of the movie, you were just supposed to accept, like, yeah, he cooks food by day, but he knows how to make bombs and beat people's ass by night. And they really didn't explain it until like midway through the movie, and at that point I was like, well, duh. I mean, at this point it had to have been an explanation like that, but I kind of wish they would have given us that in the beginning of it, just so it wouldn't be as like kind of outlandish as it was to me without any explanation. But I think those are really like my only two cons that I had with the movie. Overall, I still really enjoyed this film. I thought that it was a great movie for Pierce Brosnan and for Jackie Chan, and I like the plot, which is relatable to the current events that are going on in the world today. And for that, I would definitely say pay to see this movie in theaters. I do want to also mention, though, very quickly, that I don't want you going in thinking that this is about to be like all martial arts fighting throughout the whole movie. Like, there's a couple of fight scenes, but that still doesn't take away from the movie at all. I just want to make sure that everybody has like the right expectations for it. But as always, my name is Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and I will see you soon.